Okay. I mean, it's a start. It seems to be on. Check 1 2 1 2. Got the setup. 25 bucks. I gotta fucking set everything up still. Alrighty. Oh, I got that set up though. That way, everything is nice and perfect. All right. Let's get everything set up. Kind of like a kind of rundown of what's going on here with everything. So now I got this going. That in here. This button there. Support strap. Bootstrap. All right. Wait, is this 2 of them? Oh, it is 2. It is 2. I was like, why would they just throw 1 in there? I mean, I already used alien tape. Yeah. I'll figure out something for him. Alrighty. Just kind of hurry up out of the way here. The pot. Just gonna occupy this little territory. Just kind of coming into Poland. They're like, we're just gonna occupy this. We're just gonna occupy it. Don't mind us. Just people back in the day, man. People back in the day. Thankful. Very thankful to be where I'm at in life. Which is nowhere. I'm nowhere in life. Let's see how that fits. Perfect. It's a yeah. What's up, Pop? You just run down. Okay. Cleaner rag. This kind of All right. All the smudges. A perfect mirror, but hey, it's a pretty darn mirror. Darn good mirror. Why is it so? Oh, because it can't focus. There's that side. Gotta do this side. All right. Alrighty, ready to look at images of space. Show. Excuse me. Excuse me, can you move? Excuse moi. Could you move for a second? You're like, I was laying here first. Marker. Well, that didn't work out how I thought it was going to work out. All right, you got to move. Excuse me. You're like, Dad, that's rude. You're like, Dad, I'm running out of places to go. Freaking out, man. Freaking out. Oh, there we go. Perfect. All right. Now just push it in the corner for a second there. All right. Woo. Don't worry, Missy. You'll have your own little spot. Calm down. Ah. So there is that. What did do? What did I do? What did I do? Woo! All right. So, bed moved. I'll just meow now. Ah! Excuse me. Now, oh, there's a toll. There's a toll to walk through now, Missy. Yes, Joe Pop. It's looking like it's gonna be that. It's looking like that. Yeah. I mean, seems legit, not bad. Ooh. Turn it a little. Oh, excuse me. Can you not? Thank you. Oh, watch your paws. Well, if you want out, you can go and sit out here while Dad's doing it. Go. 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 Now, figure out kind of space-wise. There's that. Tucked against the wall. Can you not be weird? Go. Go lay down. Dad's doing stuff. Dad's doing stuff. Straight out with it. All right, there's the ridiculous chair. there. That way it feels right. It feels right. Yeah, that way sitting. Let's give it a test. See how it looks here. Give it a nice adjustment down. You're gonna turn on light number 1. I'm gonna figure out light number 2 here. I was gonna put it like right there to like God beam, but I feel like if I turn my screen brightness up more, it's moderate. And then now that I just gotta figure out, now I'm starting to question if going right here would be a good option. And it's like it's I mean, there's above, but it's like giving me weird shadow vibes. So here, there. I even considered maybe up here as like just kind of sitting there. Oh, maybe. All right, hold on. I gotta stop. Gotta control environment here. Ooh, why is it all dusty? Why is it dusty crusty? Bro. You gonna fucking focus? I love that the light itself is so close that it leaves like a ring. So controlled environment, just the one light, and it's not wanting to focus on me. Why aren't you working? There. Yeah, so this is going to probably help quite a bit. Let's see. Why is it so grainy? Is it really not going to fucking focus in? Oh, now you're going to focus. Okay. I do need to download the software. It's just running off basic. Yeah. Alrighty. Yeah, no, fun start to it. We're gonna see what light differences here. Off to the side. See, lit to the left. Left kind of to the right. And there's lit from down. Which I'm assuming I'm gonna have to probably move this. Yeah, and then light eyes can go up. Minor little error. I'm just gonna kind of set that there for right now. And we're gonna move this over. And it's looking better. It's looking better. Not bad. I don't know. I could have just did like a recording a video, but I'm just doing it live because there's still so much I have to do. I still have to make my bed. I got all this set up before I even got anything else. Well, besides the lights around. Otherwise, I got the gear. Wow. So yeah. Oh. What? So I completely forgot that I got a microphone and that I hooked it up so that it was hooked up to this. So I could be able to, like, you know, be heard. So I could be heard. So I could figure out what the biscuit says. Is this gonna not work right? Am I gonna? Is it not working right? Is it on the? No, it's on the front side. It's a front facing. I do have to end up figuring out how to relay the audio. Tons of fun computer stuff. I sound like an old person. I'm 25. I could slap my younger self and definitely tell him, you know, you probably should have gotten to something, did something a little more than just got a girlfriend. Don't get me wrong. People that have, you know, a kid or, you know, they got wife and kids, you know, they're holding down a decent job. I give them respect with that. It's just sometimes you end up losing opportunities that sometimes you otherwise should be at least, you know, inspiring yourself some form or way to you know, chase after it. Hence why I'm finally doing all this situation and that and then some with it. But it's a process that you have. I mean, some people just start with their phone and whatnot, and it's like, yeah, I probably could have started sooner with it. But at the same time, now I'm getting to the point where I can be able to figure out what I'm gonna do with my life at this point and see where things kind of take me. Figure out what I'm gonna do and what kind of interests me still. Because there's interest that you go about throughout your childhood, but then there's interests that you know, you might pursue that might lead into a career. So when it comes to just time and other things to take into consideration, I mean, most people don't reflect on that, I guess, as much. I mean, they probably think about it, but they're like, I mean, but conversations that could be had with yourself, a lot of people neglect to have those conversations. Just like me wanting to make my bed at the moment. But I need to, because by the end of the night, I will need to sleep. And unless I'm drunk under the table and sleeping on the floor, that's the only way that's not going to get done. But what my goal is here is to figure out the kind of comfortability setup, what I'm going to be comfortable doing, what angles, what lighting setup, why my camera won't fucking focus until I get closer. Are you going to focus now? Hello? Oh. Ah, yes, focus in on my terrible face. My nasty 25-year-old, wrinkly, pimply, blackhead covered face. My name's Derek Richardson. And, I haven't even started to figure out a decent name for my channel. If anything, I think it's going to come to me naturally. I've really tried to force a name, and instead I've kind of gotten nowhere with it. So I think I'm going to try it and do my part to establish where I'm at with what I want to do, and then kind of go from there, figure out what to do. What a dog do. Oh yeah, she's out there. Yeah, she's not here. And neither is anyone in this entire live feed. This is my first ever live feed. And if anything, I most likely will reflect upon it down the line, just like I will most likely have other live feeds that I am going to review. Some virtual logs that I was mainly doing, just not even online or anything, just recording on my computer, and let alone following up with those to kind of see what my dumb egghead ideas was coming up with and what I was thinking, because from then to now it's completely changed in terms of perspective. After going and working doing Uber for a while, it was really nice and eye-opening to work on my communication skills and kind of try to figure out what I'm going to do down the line, just because people that at least excel in those areas and other things like that kind of start to have a little more ease in getting towards where they want to, because people like what they hear, and I'm not trying to be some fake person. I'm not trying to portray some kind of persona. If anything, I've learned that you give a lot of respect and love out there, and why is my headphones? Why is it doing that? Now I was getting into a good speech. My headphones just start screeching like 7 days. 7 days. What the fudge happened? So audio mute. Is it gonna focus? Da, 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 da. I love that it just doesn't have enough light to focus fully on me, and it's like, you don't need that much light. And I'm just confused. I like the top bar. I like that it's like lit there. Super blue. Hold on. See if I can fix this color hue with a diff color. Red. So that's going to not light up the room. Blue is going to be pretty good. So pink, not bad, not as vibrant as blue. It seemed like it was able to focus with blue. It was able to find my face. Like going white, go white. Not bad. With no like light, that's not bad. But every time I move, it's gotta focus. So I gotta update it. I gotta update everything. I need to update my brain for one. All right. So this is my microphone. I'm not some rapper. I bought this for $25. If anything, I have no idea how to work this stuff. This is my first time. Look at me. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. I probably should have asked somebody. I probably should have did some research. But instead I'm here doing nothing. Talking into a microphone that I don't even know if it's going to work. This whole thing could be a waste of time. I mean, I look all right. I'm learning to figure out the camera focus, angles for lighting, and I'm also figuring out the position for this microphone. I see why Meat Canyon like taped all of his stuff, because this is just a giant nightmare to move your microphone around. You know, like it's a nightmare in itself. Just throw some pretty tape on it. It's good. I see why he did it. All right. So we are going to tap the light on the first setting. Just how that does. Kind of helped. Second setting. Refocus. Not bad. And the brightest, most extra, most bestest. So, okay. So I can basically have my microphone pretty out of the way. It still shows it's working. Hopefully. It mainly is a test. Like, I'm probably going to be one of the first viewers of my live stream, because I'm going to watch it to just figure out audio perspective wise what the ends of the scene, and then figure out how to basically do that actively live, so I can figure out what issues are going on with stuff. I'm pretty technically inclined when it comes to at least sticking through troubleshooting and figuring out, you know, some of the main causes of it, figuring out what to do to avoid it, you know, workarounds, shortcuts to be able to well, my goal is by the end of my time here on YouTube, I mean, when it came to just everything that you can do, that you want to do, that you could do, that you should do, and then there's a lot of stuff that you shouldn't do. And I think like I said, by the time I'm done with this stuff, it's all going to be mainly the love, the respect. I don't expect it back. I'm expecting a lot of hate, criticism, a lot of people that are going to try and dig dirt, find the past, and try to bring that up as the present, when in reality, life, I've left on a good note with a lot of people. A lot of people might say, otherwise, but I think through perspective and respect and kind of starting to communicate, maybe people can start to figure out what went wrong on my side or their side, potato with it. And it's just when it came to this whole world of social media, streaming, gaming, I've always loved being an avid gamer. I've never done this kind of streaming constantly, and this is the first of many nights that I'm most likely going to spend pointlessly doing this for no reason. But at the same time, there is a reason. It's building my skill set. It's compounding the conversation and the maintaining of proper thought processes, following through with things, having encouragement too, a lot from people that relate. I don't expect that respect back or love or anything like that. You can throw hate my way if you want. I love criticism when it comes to knowing I'm not perfect. Life is definitely not perfect. It's elegant and unique in its diverseness, but entropy starts to make it a little disordered. And but the beautifulness of it before that is amazing, to think we have so much knowledge and understanding of physics and engineering and principles that we've adhered to, and then there's stuff that we just don't quite understand yet and are on the precipice of understanding and discovering. And that's where I got inspired to kind of start educating myself. And this was back when I was still in a relationship. And when it came to just starting to educate myself and put myself in a better state of rhythm and scheduling. I mean, I wasn't perfect to it, but I was trying. And that's what I'm going to be reviewing through a lot of these live first, sets of live streams, because there's a good solid, I want to say at least 15 to 30 hours of video. I want to say maybe 15. I'm not sure exactly how much. I got to definitely get a number on that, because once I get a figure on basically how much time I'm going to be sitting here watching myself and listening to myself, I mean, it's more for my own understanding and perspective, because watching that and understanding from an outside perspective at a different time helps you perceive so much more, almost like how people that like kind of die and then they perceive so much more than what they thought they knew, and then they get brought back by miracle, and it's like, they're like, oh, second, and it's like the fact that they have that perspective, it's not necessarily that they become divine thought process, but they gain a perspective that they didn't have before, whether they were ignorant to understand it or believe it or want to believe it. Everyone's going to have varying opinions. There's going to be stuff that I say that is going to be upsetting to some people, and I apologize. I'm not perfect, and I'm not going to try to be somebody that I'm not, though. That's the point of free speech here in America, to be able to voice how you feel and choose to either respond or not. You can choose to listen and formulate a rebuttal, and we all have that right to have that conversation. And if it upsets somebody, I mean, I had anger issues in the past. I'm sure my ex will probably bring up dirt and be like, "Oh, he's fucking mad." He's always mad and throwing temper tantrums. Yeah, I mean, I'll get into it more. Believe me, I will break it down, and as I go back through with my live stream, we'll all get to understand a little better, because I don't quite fully have the perspective either at this point. Oh, come on, camera. There we go. Yeah, I don't have the perspective yet, but through time, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a lot of fun here. I don't know where it's gonna go, but I mean, if you guys like the vibe of it, hop on this train and we're gonna enjoy the ride, because your boy was at least trying, and life is tough, and not everyone makes it instantly. No one does like get a golden ticket to success or popularity. People try day in, day out, half the time, to just feel accepted around some of the people that they live around constantly. And acceptance like that, looking for, validation, and, wanting to feel like you're contributing, that's tough. It's tough. I struggle with it too when it comes to figuring out where I'm going to contribute in my life, what I'm going to do. So that's why I started just with basic random acts of kindness and gratuity, especially like when it came to Uber driving and somebody put in like a wrong direction, needed to like stop somewhere extra really quick. Accommodating and doing those kind gestures, not because you're looking for validation or to put yourself in the right eye of God or some whatever, or karma, or or just to be like, I'm gonna do the right thing and be not Mr. Nice Guy all the time, because that won't get you. That people will use you and take advantage of that real quick, and that's stuff that I'll get into down the line with it, because life, you start to experience and you get the perspective of stuff, and not judging people, and gaining the perspective and starting to come from a non-biased, area to learn and to gain a better insight into things. It's tough out there. People do things for a ton of different reasons: time, environment, stress, everything comes into play with it. And I noticed that as a human being, you know, you you can do really good, and good things might come to you and whatnot. But a lot of people that do a lot of good, bad things can happen to them. And what happens is a lot of people end up focusing on, I did all this good, why is this bad thing happening to me? And in reality, these are things that could happen to anyone. No one's perfect. No one's guaranteed a long, lustrous, rich, and entertaining life. Some people live a very dull, bleak life, but in reality, they're happy as can be. They enjoy what they do, and it's minimal in what they do, because that's what they've come to like, and they don't stray away from it because that's what they've come to enjoy. And that's how I used to be. I used to be somebody that would kind of close myself away and be closeted to what I wanted to do in reality, and just kind of had to put on a mask with what I could do at the moment, which, you know, relationships and life variables like family and other environments and friends, all that stuff comes into play to where I'm not a therapist. I'm not some expert. I'm not self-righteous. I don't expect anybody to sit here and think that I'm completely some 100% well-versed person. I'm ill-experienced, to say the least. And I have ADHD, I have ADD. I had it all my life. When it came to like short-term information, you know, I didn't have an issue learning stuff, but it was more retaining that, longer term, like I might learn somebody's name at a party, but then maybe a few hours go by and I literally can't, I won't remember it. And I might have not even heard anybody else's name over the time span of that, but just my brain didn't register it, didn't quite, the attention and where I wanted to focus on wasn't there to be able to retain any kind of like universal information, I guess, and universal skills that somebody can take from just being human and looking at themselves and understanding and kind of consciously thinking outside of their own little bubble, because it's tough. It definitely is tough, and you got to figure out where you're at and not go too above and beyond, but start to ground yourself in realities that you can definitely at least control, things that you're putting yourself through that you could change to make a difference in the long run. Short term, it might not seem very useful. Like, why should I remember this kind of stuff? But down the line, you start to have clarity and perspective, and you start to realize, oh, wow, there was something maybe useful in this, but it's not all the time, which our brains just kind of are like, we don't need to remember all that stuff. So we just get out of this whole habit of trying to at least take a little mental note of it in our brain, because we're just swiping. We're going to the next thing and it's if anything, people that probably end up seeing me on live stream through here, they most likely will see me for about a half second maybe, and that's fine. I don't expect people to drop in and love exactly what I'm saying, but I'm just doing this because no one's home. My cousin's out on vacation. I just got everything set up in this room wise that I just need to get, in position. And now I just need to finish making my bed and other things, turning on my lights, getting those connected, updating my stuff, getting my thingy-mabobber hooked up. I also got to hook up my keyboard too. But once I get that hooked up, I can connect the TV. So that should help with backlight too. That TV, and then the lights around me should help. I think if they stay on a solid color, they'll be fine. Should be bright. Should be pretty bright. I just don't even know. And it's like, I feel kind of weird talking to myself here, but like I said, it's for my own purpose of learning, perspective wise, distance from camera, the camera angle, the lighting, the audio, figuring out, where this looks, decent at, which most people end up having it off to the left usually, and you more or less, if they have a better sensitive mic, it's completely up, and out of. Oh, why is that weird? Okay, yeah. I mean, technically, technically, I could have this like basically here, and it's still gonna pick up on the microphone, and I don't have to have it in my face. That way, it's kind of still there, but it's out of the way. Oh, is this really not gonna? Bruh. Is it supposed to be upside down? No, it's not. I think it is. It should be right side up. With. I feel like I'm just doing something wrong here. And I don't have it. Like, this is why I'm trial and error at this point, because I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. And I dropped this thing and it came unplugged. No, it didn't. I got a big fish. Right. So, since that wants to keep falling, we are going to grab a little bit of onion. You know, nice. There. Now it shouldn't fall. Perfect. Ugh! Oh, is my thing in? Okay. I didn't mess up. I've almost been streaming for an hour. It's almost been my first hour. Yay. I'm so entertaining. I can't believe I got this for $25. Mike, Arm came with the whole shebang. And the guy messed it up a little bit, but I fixed it. And, you know, I don't think he really was very smart. Nice guy. Seemed like nice guy. Not the brightest. I'd have to say like myself. Just like me, I am not very... Oh, wait. Hold on. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Whoa. I'm understanding things kinda. I'm kind of starting to learn things. Mm-hmm. I'm a biscuit. I want a Triscuit. Don't risk it. Limp biscuit. Okay. It's not bad. So that can go right kind of close without being too invading, actually, surprisingly. I mean, not bad. Kind of comes down into play there. I have no idea how all this audio is gonna work. Don't know. I mean, I'm just more or less trying to get comfortable with figuring out, you know, position-wise, microphone position-wise, you know, getting it, getting an understanding of the positions, the frame, getting a start to it. All right. Let's see how far this puppy goes, because I'm curious. I'm curious to kind of pull it. Oh. All right. Curious. Seems stable. I don't think I'm gonna yoink anything. Not bad. Way out there. In your face. So if anything, I believe the thing is supposed to be curved basically upward, microphone kind of all the way down, unless you're at a different turn point or whatever. I don't know. And anything I can, because the guy didn't even probably know how to set that up. He probably was like confused. They don't have anything in the manual to explain. You got to look at the picture, basically. You got to figure it out, basically. They're like, you paid for the cheap one. We're not gonna explain it. You got to figure it out. But so I'm gonna figure out this microphone setup here. So like I said, I can go all the way right here. I can go closer. So if I'm looking at something online, got something up on the computer here, or say I'm looking I'm watching something, kind of got a movie going or something. I'm watching, like, just kind of reviewing some movie that I'm watching or some, something like that. And just kind of make sure that I got my stuff set up right here. And if anything, I can kind of just turn it to the side. And then whenever I need to actually put it in place, I can kind of just tilt it. I mean, not bad. So when it comes to like movies here, I can watch something on the TV right here. I can still have live feed up, and then let alone it's still, you can still hear me nice and good. I mean, this isn't too bad either, knowing that I can be able to have this pretty comfortably right here without much issue. I mean, this is my first live stream, so nothing is perfect. Nothing's going to be perfect. I probably should have just did it over my phone, but I am trying to learn with just using everything on the computer, getting that set up, learning with the, webcam. We're going to have some fun with it. I have some stuff that I'm considering trying. Don't quite know exactly how, it's going to come out, but you can only hope for the best, So, as the ending note, as this 1 hour stream kind of closes out, I'm happy to start doing this. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think we're going to have a lot of fun. I think it's going to be a good journey. A really good journey. Thank you. This is Derek signing off.